It's like 5 in the morning right now, and I really want to play the second game. Higurashi When They Cry is a horror mystery visual novel, and I guess it's separated into different arcs. I just finished the first arc, which is Onikakushi, and first of all, I wanna put it out there that this is my first visual novel, but I'm not foreign to the idea of visual novels. I've seen gameplays of it on YouTube, especially of Doki Doki Literature Club when it was a thing, and I have a general idea of what visual novels are, but this game is my first where I hands-on experienced it myself. And I have to say, comparing it to something like a light novel, because I can only compare it to a light novel. I haven't read novels, I'm not really a heavy reader, but I just wanted a change of pace. Comparing it to a light novel, visual novels are pretty interesting. They're basically enhanced versions of light novels, or novels in general, I guess. Because with books, with novels, it's basically just words. But if you mix in music, art, background, and all that other stuff, it enhances your experience in a way that I guess it just helps. I won't say it's a better experience than a novel, because novels help you imagine stuff. It leaves you to your own visualization of what's happening in the story. But visual novels are how do I say this? It's basically visualized. It's basically there for you to experience it, but it's still a novel at heart. And well, yeah, it was a really good experience. The story was pretty good. It's basically about this kid who's the new guy in town since his family just moved there. He starts noticing odd stuff about this town, some secrets, and he tries to look for answers to those secrets or those questions that are bothering his mind, and it leads to stuff. Let's just say it leads to some stuff, and the story doesn't really fully answer it in the end, but it does set up, I guess, this whole series, this whole Higurashi series, since this is the first arc. The story is very much a slow burner, and I love slow burner stories. It starts off as this normal slice of life thing with our main protagonist. We meet characters that we're supposed to know and might be important later in the show, and it's not really much of horror compared to how much of it is mystery, because there's more questions that you want solved than there is that scare factor. But as the story goes on, it gets more tense. It builds up that tension. You feel more and more off-put by what's happening. By the end, it leaves you with more questions, I guess you could say. Alright, so characters in this game. The main characters are basically your classmate in this school, but there are some other characters outside of this school that is involved within the plot. And I have to say, they're not really explored as much. It's not that they're not well written. It's that the game tries to keep it mysterious in a sense, because this game makes you feel, as the character, it makes you feel very off-put or alienated from this town because you're the new guy. And I really like that aspect, because as the story builds on, as I said, it's a slow burner. You start to feel more and more like you don't belong in this town. Like you're not supposed to be solving these mysteries. You're not supposed to find these answers. And I really like that. The character designs, I do quite like the sprites. I do quite like the art style. It's, well, I looked this up a bit. Apparently I'm playing this modded version with new sprite characters, and looking back at the old sprites or the old art style, it do be cringeworthy, not gonna lie. And again, I do want to mention that the visual novel format really helps enhance the experience of this story. The music choice, very simple, but it really does like I said, enhance your experience. It tenses up situations, it gives atmosphere. It's really good. Oh yeah, one specific thing I want to mention is that when you're reading, how words appear on the screen, it also complements the mood of the scene. So like if it's a tense scene, then as you're reading, it stops and you can't skip it. You wait for like 3 seconds and it builds up the tension, and then the reveal of that text appears and you're just there and you feel really scared, I guess. I don't know, I'm really bad at explaining this. Yeah, but that way makes this experience more fun compared to reading it as just in a book. Now, in regards to the story, I'm not gonna spoil much, but I'm just gonna say the first half is mainly this mystery plot where you just want to find out what's wrong with this town. Like, why are people not talking about it? Why don't my friends want to tell me about it? And I was really interested in the mystery of this town, of the secrets. And then we go to the second half and it becomes, well, it's still a mystery, but it becomes more survival. Like, as the main protagonist, you have to think, how am I going to live for another day? While at the same time, he's still trying to solve this mystery. And so as I finished the game, I thought to myself, wow, I want to play the next one. This was a really good game. The ending is pretty, how should I say? It's not the ending I expected, but I think because it sets up more games, that it does seem understandable why they ended that way, and I guess I'll just come to like it. But as my first visual novel experience, I have to say Higurashi When They Cry was really good, and I'm gonna give it a 7. Oh boy, I am so going to play the second game after this. If you have played this game, I would like to know your thoughts down below, just, no spoilers. And if you haven't, I recommend you do. If you haven't played any visual novels and you really want to get into, I think this is really good, I guess. It's horror, so if you like that genre, you should definitely try. Just, what I'm saying is, give it a try if you want, if you have time. And I guess that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.